Hello, everybody. Good Monday morning. How's everybody today? I hope everybody's doing good. Weekends went well. Fingers crossed everybody's weekend went well that comes on here. I got a few more subscribers. That's pretty cool. I really appreciate it. Like me, love me, share me. If you're new to the channel, you know we try to tell the truth. I get it wrong sometimes, and my subscribers don't mind telling me. So that's a good thing. I appreciate the input, and I really appreciate the feedback. If I've done something wrong, then I'll go back and look at it again. So yeah, keeps me on my old arthritic toes, so to speak. So today, this story is from Raw Story, and David Edwards wrote this piece October 30th, 2024. So Mike Huckabee is just as big a whiner as his daughter, just saying. See, old Mike, Suckstobee Sanders' daddy, went and whined and begged Trump to give her a position in his cabinet. And now he wants to give advice to Kamala Harris. Excuse me? Didn't advise her very well. $19,000 for a podium? Seriously. So anyway, this advice comes after the statement Joe made after Trump's horrible MSG rally, Madison Square Garden. Joe made the thing, he stutters, right? So he said the only garbage, after they said that Puerto Rico was a floating island of garbage, which turned off anybody with a heart and soul and gives a crap about anybody but themselves. Joe said, in the middle of talking to Hispanic campaign workers and stuff like that and organizers, he said, the only garbage I see out there is his supporters, his demonization of Latinos is unconscionable and it's un-American. His demonization, meaning one person, and he said it because I played the whole thing twice. So yeah, the only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of Latinos is unconscionable and it's un-American. His was a stutter. Demonization refers to Tony Hill is the his demonization comments. So the Republican campaign did some pretty shitty editing to spin that and make it sound like Biden called all of Trump's supporters garbage. Nix that idea. Did not happen. I'm not saying they are garbage, but his base sure believes everyone that doesn't blindly believe or follow the kitty masher are in fact the enemy. So anybody that doesn't follow him verbatim doesn't think that's what was said. It's only the firm believers of the kitty masher. So now Mike Huckabee says, and these are his exact words, he says when something like that happens, the smart play is to disavow yourself and say, I think Donald Trump is a Nazi. This is his advice to Kamala Harris, which she's been saying, which is ridiculous in itself, because then that means all of us who support him, we must be following a Nazi. Nazi-ish, to say the least. So the fact that she has kept silent on this, an argument with Joe, that all people who follow and support Donald Trump are garbage. Holy moly, Mike. Would you like a little ranch dressing with that word salad? Sweet suffering. Then he says, Biden is treating Trump supporters, hang on to your shoes, hang on to your hats. World's about to tip upside down. Biden is treating Trump supporters like Jews killed in the Holocaust. Seriously, that's what he said. So you've decided that some human beings are garbage, rubbish, trash, and need to be exterminated because they aren't that important. It's not that hard to get there, he says. One of the reasons that the Nazis were able to murder 6 million Jews and 11 million people total is because they spent decades telling people that some people just weren't taking care of the infirm and the elderly. Oh, no, that is so far from Hitler's mission. Oh my God. Seriously, that's why all those people were murdered, because they weren't taking care of the infirm and the elderly. They were the first ones to die, and it didn't matter who you were. They were the first ones to go. And like that, reasoning suggests, and he agrees with, as a supporter of Trump, it's perfectly okay. Because he'll be okay with Trump interring over 15 million of the others by rounding them up, deporting them, or jailing them. And that includes members of Congress, radios, TV stations, all the conglomerates, NBC, ABC, all those, CNN. Fuck me, for Christ's sake. I don't know. I'm be afraid to go visit the States if he gets in. They'll have my name at customs when I come across the border. These are the exact tactics MAGA is using right now. Like Virginia, who got the high sign from the club at SCOTUS to go ahead and purge from the voter rolls just 6 days before the election. And they finally got the final approval 4 days before the election to purge 1,600 people. And the odd thing is that most of those 1,600 voters in the DMV system who are suspected of being non-citizens, none of them, their last names sound like Smith or Green no, none of them have English names. And I believe this is the beginning of Trump's plan to get rid of brown Latinos from the Latino countries and black people, because now the Congo is coming up in Africa all the time. So if we can just get them off the voter rolls first. And what's happening is a lot of these people that they're purging in Virginia, Mr. Youngkin, wonder if he knows the Swedish chef. But anyway, these people are American citizens, and they showed their citizenship and everything else. So they had to go back and go through all that stuff again in order to vote. Now, because they're doing crap like that, I wonder how many of them changed their vote from their applications, their voter applications, and said, screw you guys. Bet you quite a few. 1,600 don't sound like much, but how many votes did Bush win that election by in 2000? Just saying. How many votes? I believe that this is the beginning of Trump's purge of black and brown people. But they didn't plan on those voters fighting back. Some only found out when they tried to vote. They weren't given notification. So they didn't find out till they went to the early polls to vote. And a few of them, because CNN got a hold of the purge list, and some of them found out from CNN when they contacted them. So please, only one more sleep. One more sleep till the election. That's all. One more sleep. So be vigilant and please vote blue all the way through. And then this is just a little, 9 minutes? Okay, I'll do this one fast. Okay, CBS News, June 11th, 2021. This was just after, this was when Joe Biden first got in. Biden returned over $2 billion in funds. Remember Trump was saying that, Biden's diverting funds from whatever the hell, from FEMA to give to migrants. Here's a few little things that Trump did with funds. Biden returns $2 billion funds June 11th, 2021, that Trump diverted from the Pentagon to use on his border wall. That money was earmarked for over 60 projects on bases both overseas and in the States. The unspent billions will now be used as originally intended. Only 52 miles of new wall was built, not 500 like the Mango Moose Knuckle said last night. 500 miles, he said. That's bullshit. 52 miles of new wall was built. The rest was just fixes here and there. along the U.S.-Mexico border. And some parts of it, sitting down, some parts of it cost as much as $46 million a mile. $46 million a mile. And this guy's supposed to be good at, and he can bring in good bids and stuff on construction. Apparently not when it's with military money, I guess. $46 million a mile. His bigly need for his beloved wall to make his little underpants tight there again became the most expensive federal project in U.S. history. The most expensive federal construction project in U.S. history. So by the time he was fired, officials identified $15 billion to build barriers by diverting $10 billion from the military counter-narcotics and construction programs and convincing Congress to allocate the rest. The restored funding will go to military projects in 11 states, 3 U.S. territories, of which Puerto Rico is one, and 16 countries, including plans to build 2 more missile interceptor sites in Fort Greely, Alaska. See, Biden was onto that Iron Dome thing long before the Mango Moose Knuckle figured out what that really was. And no, Donnie, he's not going to paint the dome red. You're not even going to see it. It's going to be like them stealth fighters. But anyway, for Fort Greely, Alaska. And he's going to revamp an elementary school for U.S. service members serving in Germany. And this isn't the first time he diverted funds for his bullshit. In May 2021, Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas announced the department would fix the environmental harm caused by the wall construction, like the Rio Grande Valley flood barrier and 14 miles of soil erosion near San Diego and land grabs from its citizens. So yeah, take this wall and shove it. Just saying. Okay, everybody, that's me for this morning. I'm probably going to be back because there's like 3 or 4 rallies today. And I need to get on that couch. Not in the couch, on the couch. Just saying. Big difference. Big difference. See, I've got clothes on. But yeah, I got to get back and watch all that stuff. Take care of you. 99 loves you. Mwah. If you can't be good to you first, can't be good to anybody else either. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you to death.